and welcome back to my channel. So today you join me from the driver's seat of a Mini Countryman Cooper S. It's a bit of a slightly different car to the usual sort of hot hatch, although you could potentially call it a hot hatch because it is a hatchback. So essentially it's the targeted sort of SUV market that Mini sort of wanted to channel in this car. It's got 190 horsepower produced from a 1.6 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So quite a bit of power considering. It's not a much bigger car in terms of the standard Mini hatch. It is obviously a slightly chunkier car. The way to describe it would be a Mini on steroids, basically. That's probably the easiest description of it. Now I have, if you've followed my channel for a while, or if you look at previous videos, I did review one of these, but the WRC version, which was my brother's, his was quite modified in that it had coilovers, it was remapped and all the rest of it, so it was producing about 250 horsepower, which is quite significant in that type of car. It was a bit of an animal, it was four-wheel drive as well, so it put the power down quite, impressively, if you want to say. So this particular version is the front-wheel drive version. Like I said, 490 horsepower, 1.6 litre turbocharged engine. And the biggest thing I find with these cars is, okay, people may say, okay, it's a big, quite heavy car, and it's not that much power. You get the likes of sort of Golf GTIs and things got a lot more horsepower in terms of power to weight ratio, etc. However, these are still quite impressive cars, and the main reason being that Mini sort of back themselves in terms of the handling of the cars, and the handling is so direct, it's unbelievable. So it's the slightest movement and it is going wherever you want it to go, and that's the main thing I like about Minis. I may be a bit biased in that I've owned two Minis before. I owned a Mini Cooper as sort of nearly my first car, and then I owned a sort of this time last year, and a bit over a year ago, I owned a Mini Clubman John Cooper Works, which I absolutely adored. I ended up selling to buy a house. So yeah, so I may be a bit biased, but the main thing I like about the Minis is the seating position, which I've adjusted to the lower setting. Again, you sit brilliantly in here. The other one is drivability. Like I said, handling wise, it's absolutely brilliant. So in terms of why would you buy one of these, it's a bit confusing because even though it's classed as SUV, the boot is only 350 litres, which is the same as a Golf. So it is a bit of a weird sort of hybrid between a hatchback and an SUV. It's sort of that small segment range. I suppose a similar sort of thing as a Range Rover Evoque or a Nissan Juke would be probably a perfect competition for this car. But like I said, I suppose you buy it because you like the look of it possibly, and then you still want that Mini feel, but then you've still got a bit more space than a normal Mini, I suppose. So it is the biggest in the Mini range of its time. Obviously the new Clubman now has overtaken that as being the sort of Mini estate car. But yeah, so I can see why people would buy them. And yeah, it's a really fun car, to be honest with you. It has got a sports button as well, which I will show you in a minute, which basically tightens up the steering, increases throttle response. Interior wise, half leather, half upholstery seats. Interiors obviously is BMW, so you can expect a fairly high standard. It's a bit plasticky sort of around the dials and things, but I love the interior, it's quite quirky. The round dials sort of putting a homage to the old Minis, which I quite like. The big speedo in the middle is quite a nice touch. This particular version, or this particular car, has the sat-nav, which is an optional extra, which is quite a nice touch again. Yeah, interior wise, it's a bit of a Marmite type car, if I'm honest with you. I like them personally. Some people may not like the styling, being a bit too quirky. Yeah, no, I like them, these are quite cool. Visibility, great, mirrors massive. You can see right to the back of the car, all the rest of it, interior wise. Yeah, what else is it to say? If I'm seeing all the usual stuff, aircon, cruise control, limiter, all the rest of it. Yeah, so let's go on about the driving piece. So let me turn to sports mode. Sports mode is activated now. Steering tightened. It's pretty much instant, and I love the feel of these cars. There we go. perfect timing is a roundabout. Let's give it a go, see what it goes like. Handling is awesome on these cars. I love the handling on these cars. And it growls. I love the exhaust note on these. And it goes alright. It's surprising. It seems a lot faster than you think. Drop down another gear. Give it a bit of a pull. And what I really like about the Minis is that when you put your foot down, it scrabbles a bit, which means that you have to hold on. You really have to drive the car. It's not one of these cars you just chuck it to first, second, then it just drives itself, and it's the most boring experience you've ever had. And that's what I really liked about the Mini range. The acceleration again is instant. Not much turbo lag. And you can easily get over 200 horsepower in these cars just from simple remap. And like I said, you can push the car to over 250 brake if you wanted to with sort of intercoolers, remaps, downpipes, straight through exhaust system, all the rest of it. But yeah, I won't bore you with that much detail if you're not interested in that sort of thing. But yeah, so very tunable cars, quirky if you want something different. Fairly spacious, again not a sort of traditional SUV in terms of space, but still pretty cool. So as usual, big thank you to Ron Road Cars for lending the car to me to do this review. Go and check them out. I'll put the links in the description below to their Instagram and website. Again, if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content. I produce content weekly. This is sort of like the review series where I plan on obviously developing other types of things as well, like I said, news and all the rest of it. But yeah, so if you like this video and you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!